All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, for the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the gospel of His truth. I'm not going to make this video long. I just had a few faults that I wanted to, you know, uh, bring out. I guess one could say. Um, Now, I'm trying to think of a good way to word it. Um, but I've been following uh certain of these, cats out here on, in YouTube land. Little inside joke, but here in YouTube land, been following certain guys, their channels, because what they might actually put up, decent videos. I'm not gonna throw any names out there, but more of a, you know, the survivalist and I guess one could say the prepper channels. Um, and a lot of these guys, man, they talk as if, like, yeah, I'm gonna be, the I'm gonna be the top dog, right? I'm gonna be, you know, damn Rambo and SHTF, man. And some of these guys, not many, but a couple of them might have actually been in, say for example, a gunfight, right? Some of them might have been in the military, before. Some of them, okay, but not many. I myself was not in the military. Um, but I wanted to touch on this real quick. Is a lot of guys, you have a saying that goes, it's easier said than done. Okay, it's easier to say something than to do something. Okay, you have something called the bystander effect. And what that basically is, let's just say for an example, if something happens, let's say a car accident, or oh, I don't know, we'll go Truman. What is that? What's that show called? Truman Show. Yeah, Truman Show. A damn lantern fall out of the sky from the flat Earth dome, and knock somebody upside the head. So you know, we'll just go with that scenario for this demonstration. Um, so that happens, and there's five people walking by. Now they all might come over and check if the guy's okay. But if you had 10 people who were there, and they all came over, somebody out of the 10 probably would ask him if it's okay. But the other nine will just stand by and watch. Okay, and there's certain circumstances where events happen. Somebody gets hurt or whatnot in real life, and nobody will really step in and help out because it's something called the bystander effect, where they think that a better authority, or somebody else is going to step in and be the one to help out in the situation rather than themselves. Okay, so that's why if you're ever in that situation, something that you should do to, you know, break the bystander effect is that if you point at somebody and say you, all right, you call 911. Because if you do that, you point to somebody and tell them to do it. If they have the phone on them, then they'll do it. If you ask them to, well, I'm sure 100% of the time they would. Um, but if you do not ask them, well, then the possibility of them actually calling for help is very minimal because they believe somebody else will do so. However, if you were to ask deliberately, obviously they would. Okay, I mean, that's just common sense. Okay, but you have another saying that goes, common sense isn't so common. Inside joke. But anyway, I'm not going to ramble on. A lot of these guys will, talk all types of, you know, how tough they are and whatnot. And, say all this, strategic, SHTF, say home defense or whatnot, which is all good. However, none of these guys really been in, say, as I said, a gunfight before. And a lot of these guys, outside of, say, for example, maybe a police officer, um, they've never really seen a firearm before. Okay, a lot of these preppers, man. Okay, not all, of course. A lot of them have firearms themselves, but there's some who do not. Okay, and even those who do have firearms, they've always practiced at a range. Okay, they were never in a fight with somebody, you know, in a shootout, as they call them. And even if they, are trained with a firearm, they've never been shot at before. Okay, that's different. Now, I've never been shot at. However, I wanted to bring up a little story. Is I actually saw somebody pull out a gun in public before. Okay, literally right in front of me. I saw this before. Okay, a lot of people never been in that situation, but I was in that situation. Okay, so let me give a little story. One day this happened. I want to say, yeah, around last Christmas, so pretty much a year ago. Yeah, a good year ago. This happened. I was at I was with somebody else in the car, um, but we drove over to what is it called? Little Caesars Pizza, right? So we drove over there. We went for the drive-through, but it was in a like a circle, so you had to drive back around in order to get back onto not the main road, but there's a road here where you could park on that side. On the left you could park or whatnot, but there's a road in between from the parking lot to walk to the restaurant itself, and you could drive on that street there to get out to the main street. So we get the pizza, we drive, we begin the drive through, or I mean the drive through the area, not to drive through the restaurant, but drive through after we got the food back to the the main highway. But we're still by the the parking lot. So what ends up happening is a car in front of us, they drive by, but they must have caught what happened out of their rear window or something, because they stopped, immediately pulled over. But what happened was, as we were driving there's a group of so-called black, I guess they were in their teens. There's no such thing as a teenager, but we'll go with that. So they probably were, yeah, probably 16 to 19 years old. There's probably about, I believe, six of them, and they're coming at this white guy like fighting. They were standing. There's a sidewalk right outside the restaurant where they were standing, and in the center of the street was where we were driving by, and on our other side, the guy was standing by his car, and he was yelling at the guys across the street. I don't know what the whole argument was, because we were just there. So as we're doing that, the guy jumps in the street, and pretty much is not necessarily walking towards them. I guess we could say jogging, because he wasn't running and he wasn't walking. It was jogging would be a good word. And he pulls out his pistol, man. I don't know what kind it was, but it was just a black pistol. And all you could hear was teens were like, oh goddamn, the guy got a gun, man. I mean, the one dude, oh man, that dude had to have jumped 3 feet in the air, man. 3 feet backwards, and they ran the hell out of there, man. Those cats were, goddamn, man, ran so fast you couldn't even see him. And I'm not even being sarcastic, man. Those guys, the first guy jumped at least 3 feet, man. The guy ran at him, so-called Caucasian guy, ran at him with that damn pistol, man. Right, that guy in front of us, immediately pulled over. I would say they probably called the 911. I don't know, because I didn't stick around. It was like, oh goddamn! I mean, hey, look, I just tried to get my my deep dish pizza. Trying to get my deep dish pizza. All right, pizza. Uh, but that's what happened. I hate to laugh at it, but it's so funny to me that that I go and do that, and of course that's what happened. Anywhere it could be a bank, it could be damn uh Walmart. Of course it was at a pizza place. Of course it could be anywhere, but it had to be there. um and not only is it there, it had to be when I was driving by. Right, when I was driving by, it had to happen. That's just how things work. right? So anyway, you know, he didn't come after me because I wasn't the target. But if he wanted to kill people, he could have easily, you know, aimed it, you know, at me in the car because we were right in front of the guy. Um, but you know, I don't believe he shot anybody because I didn't hear anything as we were driving away. But the point of the matter, man, is that you know, here, hold on a second. Let this big vehicle pass. All right, I'm sorry about that noise in the background. I gave it about 4 minutes. Thing apparently must be parked outside that damn house, man. You know, I don't know. Apparently that's what's happening. So I'll have to cut the video short. But hey, look, man, shows my bad luck. Right? When I record, it couldn't happen all day, but it had to happen now. Oh, it sounds like it's turning off. Looks like the tide tips in our favor. Side joke. But you know, yeah, I just wanted to you know, share that little story, man. Okay, because you know, I myself, you know, was in a you know, situation where, you know, a gun was pulled in public, man. Okay, so you know, hey, somebody could have, you know, got shot down, just like what happened to, you know, Urban Gorilla. Inside joke. Shout out to anybody who knows who that is. What happened to Urban Gorilla outside of damn Popeyes, man. I believe he got shot in the foot, I believe, but he got shot somewhere. Again, shout out to anybody who knows who I'm talking about. Mine of God knows. Um, But you know, yeah, a lot of guys were never in that type of situation, man, and want to be all tough and talk about, you know, oh yeah, you know, SHTF, I'll be, you know, damn Rambo style. But yeah, they've never been shot at though. Okay, again, not that I have, but you know, the point of the matter is they've never been in a situation where they've seen a gun pulled out in public, other than you know, maybe at the shooting range, which obviously, or the you know, police officer, but never like at, you know, public, you know, park or, you know, restaurant or anything like that. All right. So they don't necessarily understand, you know, the whole extent of the matter, I guess one could say. Okay. Because again, you can say, you know, yeah, in this situation, I'll do this. But then in real life, in the situation, do something completely opposite. Okay. So that's just, you know, something to think about. You know, you got to really, you know, examine, you know, what you say, man. Okay. You really got to take everything into consideration. Okay, and that's just the way I'm gonna, you know, put it, man. Okay. Damn, that went strong, man. I can hear that in the background. Um, but you know, as I said, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, share that story. I don't believe I said anything about that before. But but yeah, man, you know, that gives you something to think about. Okay, because a lot of guys never think about that before. Okay, but you know, I'll tell you, man. You know, you can act all tough. You know, let's give a good example, man. Rock upon him, talk all tough, you know, online to me. But then when he meets me in real life, then, you know, it's like, you know, act all damn cool, man. Which I like that guy, you know, he's pretty cool. You know, we and him, you know, we cracked, you know, a bunch of inside jokes, you know, outside of, you know, or I should say, offset inside joke. Right, minded guys are going to use that and say, well, see, these guys are all actors. These guys are all actors. They did everything that's, you know, on the set. They did it all staged. See, ETT exposed. Just a little inside joke with that guy. Um, you know, let's be sarcastic. If anybody made it this far into the video, put hashtag the mind of God in the comment section. Okay, if anybody made it this far, put hashtag the mind of God in the comment section down below. All right, but anyway, with that being said, I'm going to say shalom.